Here's the good thing of like you and me playing like this and me actually getting spanked like this because first of all, a couple of things I noticed is that I like it that you're not like holding back entirely, because it's like that means to me, okay, I'm getting at least some of the gameplay stuff. You're not hand holding me quite as much anymore, which is a good feeling. Like, okay, because even though I'm losing, it means I am actually progressing, right? Second thing is getting spanked like this a little bit goes like, okay, I realize even this one deck that I've now played the third or fourth time, right? There's so much stuff in there that I haven't seen or understood, right? So what that does is it keeps me from buying more magic cards because I'm like, well, hang on a minute. I bought these five decks and I've played two of them. I've played one of them twice, and the other one I've now played maybe for the third or fourth time. We're still learning all that stuff. On top of that, I know I have a bunch of Bloomborrow, I have my foundation cards, I have four other decks I've made I haven't played, and all that stuff. So that's actually what's going on in my head whenever I go by any card store. Because it's like you said, it's like crack. You want to go buy more of them and stuff. And I really don't need to. I have stuff, plenty of good stuff too, right? So that
Yeah.
is also very, very good because you can totally lose yourself, your paycheck, your family, your everything through all this. I feel.
Yeah, it's there's definitely self-control in this. I mean, I come from a time in the game where it was relatively cheap to do that, to just go, I'll just a booster box here or whatever, right? Because first off, new product came every 8 to 12 weeks, right? But now it is 5 or 6 weeks for new shit to come out. It's unachievable, and it is now twice, 3 times as expensive as when I got into the game. 3 times as expensive as when I started. It used to like you got all the Dragonstorm commanders
Yeah,
or 250 or
yeah,
thereabouts, right?
yeah,
Um, when I started playing, they had one commander released a year. It was 4 or 5 decks, and it cost 20 to $25 a pop. So 125 tops to get 4 or 5 decks. So in that regard, they're now twice as expensive if you get them not from a scalper. So that impacts as well. So I got in at a time, and of course, last couple of years, just things have not been going super swimmingly. So it's like even more measured, and I had to take a day where I said, "Oh fuck it, I'm gonna do something for me," right? So
right.
that's after a year and a half of not buying anything, right? So.
Yeah,
But yeah, it definitely is controlled. But you're at a point where you do have options of what to play, but you need
yeah.
to buckle down with one thing, the one that you've enjoyed the most or you learned the most, and just get the hang of the strategy. Is that going to be what you end up playing long term, or not? Like this box that I have here, that's the decks that I like to play. But I also, and when I get tired of playing any one of them, I take them apart and I build a new one
Mm,
so I can use the same cards and in a different fashion, right? So
yeah.
uh, it's difficult when you have access to like, oh yeah, it's just $5. Like it's this, or I can't, or not even a coffee from Starbucks, right? So
Right.
it's
Well,
I'd
well,
rather have
but
the
but but here's another thing that actually kind of stops me, and that is, we're actively trying to appreciate what we have here, and like we're noticing it in the house. Like it's just like it's a little bit of a sidebar, but like for example, we're right now restoring these bathrooms, right? So that's an expensive thing to do. It's expensive to redo your bathroom, right? So but you need a bathroom, right? So it's not something we can avoid doing. And so we're trying to see what can we invest in these bathrooms, like in terms of design or otherwise nicely, so it'll last for a long, long time and feel clean, feel good, be durable, whatever, right? Because that's a good investment. But overall, in the house, what we're actually trying to do is really downsize. Like, you know, just don't have as much stuff and really only have the stuff that you really enjoy or that you really need and all that kind of stuff. So the truth is actually I've built over the past really 6 to 8 years, I've built quite a game collection, for example, like board games. And so it's like I don't really want to get rid of any of it because like, most of it is like just really great. But that either means downsize or play it a lot, And if you want to play it a lot, then you got to have time. So then it's like, it's like a resource thing, right? So
Yeah.
anyway, I got these now. And so like yesterday, I was out, it was my wife's birthday. We drove to another place. Just I wanted to, we have so many other things going. I wanted to just do that. And I thought, oh, I've been meaning to look at Magic cards. So I'm going. There's a Best Buy. Best Buy sells them, you know. Of course, for me, it always stops me. It's like Best Buy has at least $5, $6 more than if you just do it online and I deliver it to my house, right? But then I'm like, well, wait a minute. I wouldn't buy it online when I can for $5 cheaper. Why would I now buy it here, right? So there's that impulse thing. But it's hard because you go in there and you remember watching some video that somebody made about like commander decks you should buy right now, you know, and it's like Hail Caesar from Fallout or something like that. And it's not bad. Yes, it's a really pretty good deck, you know. But I don't even really know why. I just heard someone say it's good. So that's the kind of level I'm at. So yeah. So anyway, it's like it helps me to say, you know, let's not buy anything else. But I would at some point love to be in the same room again. You know, now that I actually have a bit of a collection here and actually just talk, I would totally nerd out. We'd sit in my living room and I'd literally just go through all the cards with you, and you'd be like, well, this and this and this, and maybe it'd be too much. So anyway, this is just really great. So thanks for making the time for it always. I really appreciate it, and it's a lot of fun actually. And I think I could probably play years and years and years on just the cards I currently have, actually. Like there's quite a bit. Like, you know, now this is like the thing that I will tell people if it's like a gift, like if you want to give me a gift, give me Magic stuff, because the truth is you can basically buy fairly cheap things or fairly expensive things, or you could literally give someone a list. These are the singles that I want, you know, $5, $20. Someone wants to spend $130 on you or $50 on you, you know, for like a birthday gift, Christmas gift, or whatever. It can be pretty significant, actually. And it's stuff that I now wouldn't buy for myself anymore. Like I think I'm basically like tapped out as far as Magic goes. I really have to be because, you know, it's like I can't
Yes,
even
but
play it
I
that
mean,
much.
with what you already have, I mean, no, you're really okay on, and I would say like you don't have to make any further purchases at least for a year and a half, right? So it's like for anything like the incremental value, because they always have to print newer stuff that is more powerful. But this stuff that you just got is plenty powerful, right? And then the stuff that's going to be releasing in the next 18 to 24 months is then after that period going to be in pre-constructed decks again. So sometimes even chasing the singles is not the thing to go because they will be reprinted because of the release schedule. That's what I found with these, right? So with these commander decks, there were a lot of things that I was hoping to get from previous sets that were reprinted in here. So I'm like, okay, so now I don't have to go looking for those anymore as singles or late purchases of the product. Waiting pays off in spades nowadays, right? It didn't used to be like that. So yeah, it is fun. I would like to play more, but it's like always seems to be something, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like I think in the end, you know, each one of us decides what we make time for, right? Like as you say, like time is a resource too. Like with playing Magic and life is a resource. Time is a huge resource for me, for you, for everyone, right? But if this is something that we really enjoy, first of all, then it's worthwhile already. But on top of that, if it's something like we've been recording these, if it's something where we actually go, you know what, let's just figure out a good way that we, even if we just play our own and literally just post those, make it a little bit nicer, post it. If any amount of small money comes in from that, then actually something we want to do pays a little something, then it's actually kind of fun that it does. Then you can go further into it. So I actually like that idea, to be perfectly honest. I know we kind of find ourselves together because we're working together in a different business, but I totally could see this. You know, be like, you know, a lot of the equipment's already here. You know, you have a computer, I have a computer, you have a camera, I have a camera. We have access to good recording stuff. You know, so there's definitely some way this could be done. And I like what you said some other time, make it be done incremental. So all of that just to say, I'd like to play more too. So maybe this is a good way to think about it, you know? So I'll think about it more because we can somehow figure out the minimum viable product in this. Like, what would it really take? Like, we take this video today. This is like the third or fourth we've recorded. I haven't posted any of them yet, but what would it be? Maybe that's something. Anyway, I don't know. My way is I always overthink it and then it doesn't get off the board, so I have to do that. But I would like what I'm really trying to say. I would like to play more too. So maybe we just have to literally make the time if we really want that. Pick another day and we do that. I think there's times when it's very short times, but there are times when, in your case, no one is at home and work is done or you're waiting on something. The same thing's true for me. So I'm glad that so far we've been able to do it once a week. But then again, I don't know if more is really better, and if we could really swing it more than once. I'm actually glad if we actually just have a regular week where one time during the week we have a business call, we put that aside, and then we actually do a fun call like that. So maybe the part I just need to do more is actually use it and post it or whatever. Maybe that's a good start.
Yeah.
But let's play more. Let's figure out how to play more. I love it. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Let me stop the recording on this one, okay?
Okay.